Let us pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and legislative assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants whom you've been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory and to advance the peace, prosperity, and wealth of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our church. Amen. Good afternoon, honorable members. Is this thing on really? It's not. Mheshimiwa Kisila, how are you? We are fine. Help me. Is it on? Okay. Okay, so thank you, honorable members. We can start our sitting this afternoon. Mr. Clerk.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Proceed, please.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Proceed.
Order number 3, messages.
Proceed.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notice of motion.
Next order.
Order number 7, statements.
Next order.
Order number 8, motion. Approval of the report of the Joint County Assemblies Committee on consideration of the constitutive agreement on the Southeastern Kenya Economic Bloc, SECEP.
Honorable members, under this order, we have one business by Honorable Moffat Maitha. Honorable Moffat Maitha.
Honorable Speaker, my name is Honorable Moffat Maitha, representing the people of Matungulu West Ward. Motion, approval of report of the Joint County Assemblies Committee on consideration of the consultative agreement on the Southeastern Kenya Economic Bloc, in brackets SECEP. Honorable Speaker, that aware the Constitution of Kenya 2010 brought in place 42 counties in order to standardize resources, aware that the formation of the counties was based on various factors such as geographical features, urban centers, and a community of interest, historical, economic, and cultural ties. Aware that with time, counties bordering each other realized common interests in economic development and therefore resolved to pool their resources together. aware that Article 189(2) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, as read together with Section 6(3) of the County Government Act 2012, allows counties to set up joint committees, joint authorities, and enter into partnership with any public or private organization in accordance with the provisions of any law relating to public or private partnerships for any work, service, or function. Acknowledging that the three counties of Lower Eastern Kenya, namely Kitui, Machakos, and Makueni County, constituted and draft agreement for the formation of a regional economic bloc known as the Southeastern Kenya Economic Bloc, in bracket SECEB. And further, aware that the governors of Kitui, Machakos, and Makueni executed the constitutive agreement, the formation of the Southeastern Kenya Economic Bloc, on the 18th day of May 2019, and forwarded it to their respective county assemblies for consideration. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move the motion that this House discusses and approves the report on the Joint County Assemblies Committee on the consideration of the consultative agreement on Southeastern Kenya Economic Bloc, SECEB. And I do wish to request Honorable Kisini to second.
Thank you, Honorable Maitha. Honorable Kisini.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Honorable Robert Kisini, representing the people of Athi River Ward, and I am a member of Justice and Legal Affairs Committee, and I do second.
Thank you, Honorable Kisini. Honorable Maitha.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Report of the Joint County Assemblies Committee on the consideration of the consultative agreement on the Southeastern Kenya Economic Bloc, SECEB. Preamble. The Constitution of Kenya 2010 brought into place 47 counties in order to decentralize resources. The formation of the counties was based on various factors such as geographical features, urban centers, and the community interests, historical, economic, and cultural ties. With time, counties bordering each other realized common interests in economic development and therefore resolved to pool their resources together. Article 189(2) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, as read together with Section 6(3) of the County Governments Act 2012, allows counties to set up joint committees, joint authorities, and enter into partnership with any public or private organization in accordance with the provisions of any law relating to public or private partnerships for any work, service, or function. In reference to the above, the three counties, Kitui, Machakos, and Makueni, constituted a draft agreement for formation of a regional economic bloc known as the Southeastern Kenya Economic Bloc. The governors of Kitui, Machakos, and Makueni executed the consultative agreement for the formation of the Southeastern Kenya Economic Bloc, in bracket SECEB, on the 18th day, May 2019, and forwarded it to their respective county assemblies for the consideration. Establishment of mandate of the Joint County Assemblies Committee. Section 145, Section 14(5) and 6 of the County Government states Third, 5, a county assembly may jointly with another county assembly establish committees consisting of members of both county assemblies. 6, if a county assembly establishes a joint committee with another county assembly, the election of members and the regulations of the conduct of the business of the joint committee shall be as agreed between the two county assemblies. The Joint County Assemblies Committee was established by the resolution of the 3 county assembly speakers on 11th November 2019, and you can see that one in Annex number 2. The Joint County Assemblies Committee consists of the following members: the Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs, and the Committee on Public Service and Administration in Ikituya County Assembly, Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs, and the Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations in Machakos County Assembly, and the Committee on Delegated County Legislation, and the Committee on Devolution and the Public Service from Makueni County Assembly.
Honorable Moffat Maida, just as guidance, so that we are able to address this matter. This paper, you laid it on the table some times back, isn't it? And I noticed that you have a summary. And the report is, how many pages? It's relatively long, members, isn't it? Yeah, because the document has been availed to the members. I think what we can do, we can go through the summary. But Honorable Maida, I wanted you to lay the basis of that joint committee as you were doing. And because you also did the preface, then now you can come to the summary, which is even summarizing what is here, isn't it? Yeah. And that way, then we will now open the matter for debate. Is that in agreement, members? Yes, thank you very much. So finalize on the joint committee of the 3 assemblies, and then now you come back to the summary.
So, honorable members, as I have read there, above, in the above statement above, the committee, the joint committee, comprises of the 3 county assemblies in their various committees, as I have indicated. And we elected a chairperson who was from, chairperson was Honorable K. Musyoka. The whip was Honorable Jeremiah Mungoti. And then the rest of all those members of the committees became members of the joint committee.
Don't you think?
Therefore,
I think members allow Honorable Maida to read out the names for record purposes, because some good history might be read and might be written about the process.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Yes. So the members of the joint committees included 1, Honorable Nelson Musyoka, MCA chairperson, Honorable Jeremiah Munguti, whip, Honorable Alfred Nyamai Mutuku, member, Honorable Jonathan K. Kimongo, member, Honorable Martin Kemilu, member, Honorable Moffat Maida, member, Honorable Jen Nawira, member, Honorable Joanna Munyao, member, Honorable Jenny Mutua, member, Honorable Eliud and Dingori, member, Honorable Grace Sami, member, Honorable Alfred Gituku Kalonde, member, Honorable Benedette K. Mutesa, member, Honorable Dominic Wambua Masova, member.
Dennis Wambua.
Dennis Wambua Masova, member. Honorable Magdalene Mulwa.
Masabu.
Oh, Honorable Dennis Wambua Masabu.
Yeah.
Member. Honorable Magdalene Mulwa, member. Honorable Grace Kingo Mutungi, member. Honorable Magdalene Mulwa,
yes,
member. Honorable Francis Kingo Mutungi, member. Honorable Francis Mwania Mulwa. Honorable Jackson Mwema Mbalo. Honorable Janet Mwikali Kitunga, Honorable Janet Ngina Wambua, Honorable Josephat Nzuki, Honorable Mercy Mutuku, Honorable Julius Tangai, Honorable Patrick Mbevi, Honorable Martin N. Musioka, Miriam N. Musioka, Honorable Rose Ndibo, Honorable Sharon M. Mutinda, Honorable Charity Mwangangi, Honorable Josephine K. Mutie, Honorable Philip Nguli, Honorable Muse Mati, Honorable Deis Mukala, Honorable Geoffrey Mwalimu, Honorable Dr. Grace Mutua, Honorable Stephen Musili, Honorable Peter M. Kilonzo, Honorable James Wangunze, Honorable Mary P. Dumbo, Honorable Anastasia Mutunga, Honorable Johnson Kanandu, Honorable David Masaku, Honorable Stephen Katana, Honorable John Kisangau, Honorable Frederick Nduri, Honorable Justus Katumo, Honorable Abraham Aman Ali, Honorable Daniel M. Keilo, Honorable Francis Ngunga, Honorable Eric Musembi, Honorable Fuebi Koki, Honorable Mbendeta Mweni, Honorable Alice Nzioka, Honorable Robert Kisini, Honorable Francis Kalumu, Honorable Patrick Ketuku, Honorable Cosmas Masesi, Honorable Stephen Mwandi, Honorable Tariq Mulatia, Honorable Wilfred Mutua, and Honorable Dominic Ndambuki. Those were 60 honorable members who formed that joint committee.
From the 3 county assemblies.
From the 3 county assemblies.
Right.
So, Honorable Speaker, I come to the summary of the issues we discussed. I went through the background, committal to the joint county assemblies. I went through that one. We had visits and the research which we undertook. The joint committee conducted learning visits with the Lake Region Economic Bloc, IREB. We also had research from Jumuiya ya County Sub-Pwani, JKP, and the State Department of Devolution on 8th to 10th January 2020. The objective of the visit was to learn on the structures of administration, the legal framework, and the procedure for funding the economic blocks. What we learned was that is the structure of the economic blocks. Generally, the joint committee learned that the established economic blocks aid the summit or APEX as the topmost organ comprising of the member county governors, aided by a chairperson elected amongst themselves. The tenure of the chair of the summit was not defined. 2, the council provided technical support to the summit in the implementation of programs, policies, and projects. It comprised of CCMs of finance in the respective member counties, and any other CCMs as and when necessary appointed by the summit. The pillar committees comprised of CCMs are in charge of every department. Each pillar committee elected a chairperson from among themselves. It served as a technical committee where issues were discussed and relayed to the council and the summit for approval. The Secretariat was headed by the Chief Executive Officer, CEO, and who was responsible for coordinating all activities of the economic bloc. Budgeting, financing of the economic blocks, notwithstanding the provisions of Section 146 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012, the Joint Committee learned that the financing of economic blocks at the existing county economic blocks, such as Lake Region Economic Block, in bracket LREB, and in Jumuiya ya County za Pwani, JKP, included funds allocated by member counties, donations, grants, gifts, and loans. However, there existed no regulation to guide on the process of budgeting and financing of the county economic blocks by the individual counties. Legal framework. Section 146 of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 provides for the Parliament to approve regulations prescribing financial relations with respect to joint infrastructure investments undertaken by counties. During the learning visit, the committee established that Parliament has not enacted the regulations for the county government joint infrastructure investment. The State Department of Devolution had developed a draft policy on the establishment of county economic blocks. The draft policy was awaiting cabinet approval. Therefore, currently, there is no regulatory framework to guide on the nature of instruments required for the establishment of county economic blocks. Further, there were no guidelines to provide norms and standards for the management of CEMs, leading to application of various and sometimes inappropriate institutional structures. The organizational structures of existing operational economic blocks indicates a complex mix of committees and working groups which may become unsustainable. Investments of the economic blocks. The committee established that the existing county economic blocks, such as the Lake Region Economic Block, LREB, and the Jumuiya ya Pwani, the County za Pwani, JKP, cannot engage in joint investments directly since there is no established legal framework to guide on the same. The latter has been occasioned by the failure by the Intergovernmental Budget and the Economic Council, IBEC, to provide regulations as stipulated under Section 146(2) of the Public Finance Management Act 2012 to guide county governments' budget for joint investments. Based on the scrutiny of the constitutive agreement and the research visits, the committee made the following recommendations. 1, while planning to implement joint programs, SECEP should conduct a feasibility study taking into consideration shared resources, interests, and benefits for the region. A robust public participation should always be undertaken to sensitize residents on the member countries on the importance of having an economic bloc and the modalities for financing and managing the projects. 3, the Secretariat should be competitively sourced from each member county. The chief executive officer should be recruited in a 6-year contract to ensure continuity even after general elections. 4, political interests by the member county governors in the running of SECEB should not feature in the objectives of the bloc, especially in identification and in the implementation of projects. 5, the summit should develop a joint venture agreement that shall give the bloc the authority to do projects jointly. Proceeds from the projects shall be shared equally among the member counties. Once developed, the joint venture agreement has to be registered with the registrar of companies. 6, SECEB should invest in financial institutions as shareholders, since counties are not allowed to carry out the day-to-day administration of a bloc. Dividends paid through the counties from the said institutions should be voted in as revenue by the member counties. 7, the State Department on Economic and Affairs shall fast track the formation of a regulatory framework that guide on the nature of instruments required for the establishment of county economic blocks and the role of county assemblies in its establishment. 8, guidelines should be developed to provide norms and standards for the management of county economic blocks, leading to application of various institutional structures. Therefore, the Senate should be petitioned to approve regulations on the county government joint infrastructure investment as stipulated under Section 146 of the PMF Act 2012. 9, there is need for increased collaboration between Southeastern Kenya Economic Bloc, that is SECEB, and the State Department of Devolution through various platforms, among them sharing of Joint Assemblies Committee report, legislations related to SECEB activities, and the policy on the formation of regional blocks. Number 10, that the joint county assemblies should approve a joint legislation for operationalization of the constitutive agreement within 1 month after the adoption of this report, pursuant to the provisions of Article 196(1)(b) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010, as read together with Section 87 of the County Government Act 2012. Public participation must be taken into considering and approving the joint legislation. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Maitha. Honorable members, I now propose the question that this Honorable House discusses and approves the report of the Joint County Assemblies Committee on the consideration of the constitutive agreement on the Southeastern Economic Bloc, SECEB. Honorable members, the motion is now open for debate. I welcome you. Honorable Museku.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me this chance to contribute. My name is Paul Museku. I represent the great people of Mombone North. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Chair of the Justice and Legal Committee and the entire team from the 3 counties who, through their joint committees, have interrogated this issue of economic bloc for our region and come out with the report which is before this House. I thank them because when you look at the report, a lot of effort has been put into place and they have tried to go through most of the issues which affect the formation of economic blocs. Madam Speaker, I would like to start by stating that what the report is telling us is right from the onset, there seems to be lack of a legal framework within which to operate the economic bloc. As the report states, the State Department of Devolution had developed a draft policy on the establishment of county economic blocs, and that this draft policy was awaiting cabinet approval. Therefore, there is currently no regulatory framework to guide on the nature of instruments required for the establishment of economic blocs. It is therefore imperative that as we go ahead and seek to formalize on the formation of the Southeastern Kenya Economic Bloc, that a legal framework needs to be established which can be able to guide the bloc or the three counties in as far as operationalization of the economic bloc is concerned. Looking at the report, you'll find that what it says is that these economic blocs are actually vessels of guiding the blocs in how they are going to do joint activities, but not directives on how they should be able to do their budgetary allocations. I think as we go ahead and formulate or come out with the legal framework and the guidelines, it will be important to be able to clearly define what areas the Southeastern Economic Bloc is going to cover between the three counties and how it is going to be able to ensure that there is interlinkages between the three counties in as far as what they have highlighted here, sharing of shared resources and planning together, having joint budgetary allocations for jointly identified projects which will benefit the three counties within the economic bloc. Those guidelines are key, and therefore I am happy to note that one of the recommendations, the final recommendation which has been made by the committee, is that a legislation for operationalization of the constitutive agreement be formulated within 1 month after the adoption of this report, of course with full public participation, to ensure that as we go ahead and operationalize Southeastern Economic Bloc, as we go ahead and give a legal framework within which this SECEP is going to operate, then the public is fully aware and fully involved in the process. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Museku. I'll give opportunity to every member who wishes to contribute. Honorable Dominic, just a moment. Honorable Majority Whip, Honorable Mita.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity granted. Honorable Speaker, I first want to thank our Chairman, Legal Committee, Honorable Moffat Maitha, and the entire committee. I also want to thank the other members from Kitui and Makueni for the initiative and the work they have done so far, Madam Speaker. I would also want to thank the offices of the speakers, both the Machakos, Kitui, and Makueni, for enabling this joint committee undertake the mandate which is ahead of us in a smooth way. Honorable Speaker, the future is economic blocks. History tells us whenever regions merge, they gain more power to undertake any mandate ahead of them. We have the United States of America, which we can say it's a bloc. We have the European Union, Madam Speaker, Locally, we have COMESA, IGAD. And now that our country is under counties, it's also a great initiative for regions to merge and gain more power to bargain and see how they can develop their regions. Honorable Speaker, one thing I would request your office and the offices of other speakers is that we don't limit ourselves on 3 counties, Madam Speaker. It would be better if we can think of neighborhood counties like Kajiado. On the north, we have Meru, Tharaka, Kiambu, and see, Madam Speaker, how we can enlarge our bargaining power, because, Madam Speaker, what we'll gather from this economic bloc, trade will become easy, taxes to our people will be minimized because there is so much duplication of taxations amongst our people, Madam Speaker, because our traders might be paying tax here, they pay in Kitui, they pay in Makueni, and if we can come up with legal framework, Madam Speaker, that if a trader pays a one-off taxation, this would improve on the ways of doing businesses to our people. Largely, Madam Speaker, we have even donor funds. And if we can approach a donor country with one goal, Madam Speaker, in unison, Madam Speaker, I believe it would be very easy, Madam Speaker, to convince donor funds to reach to our people. So, Honorable Speaker, without taking much, I wish to appreciate and I want to thank this Honorable House for being part of history in our region, Honorable Speaker, because these assemblies, the 3 assemblies, are giving birth to an economic bloc which stands for the future of our people. Honorable Speaker, I beg to support the report. Thank you.
I know about the standing orders. A member is never informed once they finish their submissions. But Honorable Mita, you raised a point that we had raised at the beginning. We approached Kajiado County to join this block. They were of a different opinion, and they opted to team up with Narok. And we also approached Embu, and Embu and Meru are in the central Kenya economic bloc. But we said that the doors are wide open, and as we go forward, when you come to legislating on this issue, you leave it open for other members to join, because there is strength in numbers, as you say. We proceed. Honorable Dominic, allow me, please. Let me give it to Honorable Majority Leader, and then I assure you I come to you after the Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me also start by applauding this committee under the chairmanship of the senior Honorable Member Moffat Maida for work well done. Also, Madam Speaker, let me not forget this SECEP started a bit earlier, before even we were in the House, and it actually went down. Now, let me say, Madam Speaker, we have Dr. Timothy Ndamoki, the Bishop of MBC, who revived this SECEP. May God give him long life. Also, Madam Speaker, I won't forget thanking your office and also the office of the 3 governors, 3 speakers, for putting a lot of effort, which I've seen, to make this dream come true. Most of the blocks, Madam Speaker, as you know, they normally die even before they reach, the floor of the House. But this one of ours has come to this floor of the House. That means Machakos, Makueni, and Kitui, we are serious. Honorable Speaker, as we are known as a Kamba tribe, us
we don't have a lot of disagreements when it comes to things which are helping our people. Madam Speaker, let me say the regulations, if they can be done very fast, then we start as assembly enjoying this economic bloc. Madam Speaker, why do people come together to form a bloc? It is said that umoja ni nguvu. So, Madam Speaker, when we are the three counties, when they come together to form the SECEP, the idea is very bright. Madam Speaker, do you know, for example, when we turn to our resources, we do a lot of duplication of resources in these counties, and they are not big, they are actually enjoying together. For example, if I give an example, Madam Speaker, we have a mango factory in Makueni, which crushes about 3,000 tons in a day. So, if you crush the mangoes in Makueni for only 3 days and then it's shut down, therefore that means they don't have enough mangoes. So, Machakos, we don't need to put a mango factory. In this SECEP now, we can take our mangoes to Makueni. And then here in Machakos County, we look something else, which is not in Makueni. And then we have those joint ventures on using the facilities. Madam Speaker, this economic bloc is going to help us a lot. That's why I'm saying the regulation, we must speed and get it and see this SECEP functioning. Madam Speaker, we have rivers cutting across the three counties. And those rivers, when we form a SECEP, when we come as a bloc, we can talk of putting one big dam instead of putting one individual, Migongoni, another one elsewhere, another one elsewhere. We can have that shared facility, put our resources together, put a very big dam for our people to irrigate our farms. And this will be easily because the contribution from Makueni, contribution from Getui, contribution from Machakos, when they put the resources together, they will come with a major dam, which can sustain water throughout the year. Madam Speaker, the other benefit of these blocks is when you come to business. Madam Speaker, we know Makueni is not far because like the meat you consume, for example, in Machakos, most of it is coming from Makueni. But you find the taxation is too high. The business person operating from Makueni bring all the carcass from Makueni to Machakos. You pay tax twice. You pay Makueni, and then you pay Machakos. This will be also making our business people not to grow. But having this block, the business people, we are going to agree on the tax, whether it's one stop tax, and then we share those resources. I think it will be helpful for business people to develop. The other issue, Madam Speaker, on the economic blocks, it is that unity, where you don't feel like you are Machakos and Ketui. When we form this block and succeed, Madam Speaker, we'll be speaking the same language because we'll be having that unity, being in the same block. Madam Speaker, also, within a block, you can identify your mineral resources. And those mineral resources, if it's in Machakos or Getui or Makueni, those natural resources, we can come together as a block and look for market, one market. Like we know in Kiambu there is no sand. There is no building blocks. We have them in Machakos. Makueni has got sand. Getui has got limestone. So it will be very easy to make our people get rich because at the end of the day, we want our people to be in good health and also having good life. Madam Speaker, having said so, I would also like to say that we have factories in Machakos, for example. You don't need to put a factory in Makueni for cement. When you have factories in Machakos, Makueni can come with another type of a factory, which Machakos can get services, can supply, and get services from that site. Therefore, Madam Speaker, these blocks are very important when you come to help our people and also business-wise. So, Madam Speaker, I support this report. And, Madam Speaker, I'll hand this House and under your leadership and the leadership of Makueni and the Getui, not to put a lot of politics on this. Let us see our baby grow. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Majority Leader. Honorable Dominic Ndabuke.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Dominic Ndambuki. I represent Kathiani Central Ward. I'm also a member of the team that put together this report, Madam Speaker. And allow me to applaud everyone who participated in coming up with this draft, Madam Speaker. And in a special way, Madam Speaker, allow me to thank Honorable Florence Mwangangi, who in particular initiated the process of jump-starting the second phase of talks between the three counties. Madam Speaker, and also Honorable Florence Mwangangi is the one who convened the first meeting between the three county assembly speakers of Machakos County Assembly, Makueni County Assembly, and Kitui County Assembly that culminated in the formation of the three groups from each county assembly that form the 60-member team, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, going through the report, we have gathered that there is no legal underpinning on how the economic bloc is going to fund its operations. And there is one organ, that is the Secretariat, Madam Speaker, that will be overseeing the day-to-day running of the bloc. My request is that the three county governments should move with speed after the enactment of this report by the three county assemblies to ensure that in the next financial year, Madam Speaker, we have some budget allocation to fund SECEB so that Secretariat can start its operations. Madam Speaker, again, there is need for the three county assemblies to come up with legislations on a common tariff so that, Madam Speaker, as it has been alluded by previous speakers and contributors to this motion, that we need to have a common working platform where our traders can crisscross the three counties and do business. Madam Speaker, as I close on my remarks, my plea is to all politicians in the three counties to ensure that we do not politicize this bloc and come together and work in unity to ensure that we pull resources together and grow this economic bloc to success. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Dominic. Honorable Johanna, I'll come to you, Honorable Kingori. Honorable Johanna.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am Honorable Johanna, representing Mutchuni Gelani Ward. Madam Speaker, I stand to applaud the committee for this very enriching report, which is meant to empower our region. Madam Speaker, let me also echo Honorable Ndabuki in appreciating your leadership during the formation and also putting together the various teams from the three counties to come up with such a document. Madam Speaker, I want, as also a member of that team, I appreciate the fact that the ideas which were put together included even part of benchmarking to other blocks like Coast and also Western, which also, where we borrowed also the experiences and the challenges they go through. So, Madam Speaker, as also put by other speakers, this document, if well implemented, it is going to be able to assess the resources endowed to the various counties which form the block and come up with a structured manner of exploiting and supplementing whatever is existing in the various counties. Madam Speaker, I would be the happiest person to see Machakos County relying on a factory from another county and also having a percentage of our youths and also county residents of Machakos working in another county in a factory which supplements what we are producing in this county. Madam Speaker, my prayer is that, again, we are going to look at this document professionally, legally, and ensure that the implementation of the same is done to the best of our knowledge and ability, and that everybody who participated, everybody who is supposed to either benefit from it, because it is meant for the good of our region, comes together to support. In that, we are saying, however much we may be aligned to various political affiliations, this is a document which is meant to unite us and empower our region. Therefore, I want to say, I want to applaud the committee and insist that it is a worthy document. If well implemented, this region is going to get to greater heights. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Johanna. Honorable Kingori, I'll come to you, Honorable Ziva, allow. Honorable Kingori.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is George Kingori from Modhwani Ward. I just want to applaud the team which have done that good job. But I also think it's the right time now we have a venue where we can, where we have shared resources, we have a channel to channel our money there and we share equitably or depending on what, like the Concert City. In fact, Concert City is one of those things that we need also to check. That some is lying in Makueni and the other is lying in Machakos, and we need to benefit. So we have a way of sharing without fighting as a block. So I think it's a good idea, Madam Speaker, to have that SECEB in our area. Secondly, it opened business opportunities to our people of Machakos and also to foreign investors and other investors coming from outside. Because now we have a bargaining power of population, so that when we are selling our items or when we are selling business destinations, at least we have something to put on the table, Madam Speaker. It also gives us a political mileage when we speak with one voice as Eastern Bloc. So it means that at least now with SECEB, everything is possible, and the sky is the limit for our growth, Madam Speaker. In case of what Honorable Majority have said, I defer just a little. What we need is to learn from each other and utilize that opportunities which are found in different counties, individual counties, to promote business and to uplift our people on the ground, Madam Speaker. I think it's high time we learn from that joint venture. What we lack, from our county, we can learn it from Kitui or Makueni. And that will also add value to what we bring, like the way we have said about the mango factory. We also have a coffee factory where we can also encourage other counties to grow coffee I'd bring it to our factory, Madam Speaker. So I think we have so many avenues where we can benefit out of this cooperation between our counties, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kingori. Honorable Nziva.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, honorable members present. My name is Jacqueline Ziva, representing the people of Ikombe and the minority chief whip in the House. I wish also to applaud the Committee on Justice and also on devolution here in Machakos, and applaud the joint committees, Kitui, Makueni, and Machakos, for coming up with a brilliant idea for economic blocks. I remember we started with the speakers and the house leaderships for both, for the three houses. That meeting was in Kitui, and really it has succeeded up to even committee levels for the three county assemblies. With the leadership of our speakers and our governors, I thank God that this will be realized. Really, it will see our people get jobs, the economic bloc, we'll also have a common market, and economies of trade will also improve in these blocks. I wish also to say that people will be free to move. Even our goods will there will be freedom of movement of goods and even people to cut across these blocks. Increased global significance will also be seen in these economic blocks, and also it will improve economic conditions. So I wish to thank God that we'll have economics blocks that will see our counties economically improve. I wish to urge members, when it will come to issues budgeting, to rally behind these blocks so that we can do budgeting so that we can see this baby grow in the right way. I remember I have a bridge which cuts across Kitui and Machakos, which is really a big bridge which goes all the way to Seku, South Eastern University. And if we'll join hands with the Kitui County, I'm very sure we'll have that bridge so that our people can cut across, can have free movement, and even our businesses will improve. We also have several rivers which cuts across Kitui, Makueni, and Machakos, and I believe if this is realized, we shall move very fast. So I urge members to pass this report, and I believe the other county assemblies have done the same, and I believe our people will be economically, they'll be economically uplifted very well. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you so much for that robust contribution, Honorable Nziva. And we have in the extended sitting Honorable Jeremiah Munguti. Honorable Jeremiah Munguti.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
I need to see Honorable. Yes, there you are. Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Jeremiah Munguti.
Can you direct the camera on Honorable Jeremiah Munguti? I need to see him. I'm seeing Honorable Daniel Mbevi and another member, but I can't see the member speaking. Honorable Jeremiah Munguti, are you there?
Yes, I am, Madam Speaker.
How come I don't see you?
I think there was an issue with the cameras.
I can see you now. Proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Jeremiah Munguti, representing Mudedeni Ward. Madam Speaker, I will start by applauding the committees. Also, Madam Speaker, how I wish, as we started the motion or the report, we could have observed a minute of silence in honor of the Vice Chair, Harrison Ngui, who was the Vice Chairman of this report. And I know if he were alive,
then everything will be good. But because he rested, may he dance with the angels. Mine is to say that the report is so good and we support it. For instance, I remember we have in Mkitwi the call, which is an economic business which can help our people. And I know if we can support the report, then our people will benefit from the call from Kitui. And also in Machakos, we have several factories. We can as well improve them so that our economic block can be realized. We have several issues. Madam Speaker, you know that we will create employment because there are several things which can be done commonly and our people get job opportunities. Mine is to say that as a member of this team which spearheaded the report, that the members contributed a lot. And to my opinion is that as a house, we need to request the three governors so that they can give a budget which can make the economic bloc a stable and a sustainable economic thing. Therefore, I support the report. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Jeremiah. Honorable members, I call upon the mover of the motion to reply. Honorable Maida.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to thank all the honorable members who contributed and participated in the deliberations of the meetings which we held in Nairobi, in Mombasa, in Kisumu, even in the three county assemblies. Foremost, I want to thank the Speaker and the Clerk of the County Assembly for facilitating our members to all those committee gatherings. I also want to thank Honorable Jeremiah Munguti, who was the whip during that time before he was changed from being the chair in devolution. We never missed a quorum because of his involvement and whipping the members to be in the meeting halls. I also want to thank the committee members of the devolution and the Intergovernmental Affairs Committee, now headed by Honorable Grace Mutiwa, and that of Justice and Legal Affairs, headed by me. Those members spent a lot of their time in developing the report which is here. Honorable members, when history will be written, the Second Assembly, the name of the Second Assembly, and its honorable members will be commended for having set in the past a motion like this one for the creation of the second economic bloc. As the honorable members have said, it is a very good venture where in one country, in one county, factories or projects in that county can have our people from Machakos and even from other counties working there. That one, it will be, people will be crossing from one county to another county to do business, to work, which will be a history for our people to earn because of your efforts, you honorable members, by passing this motion and the legislation which will come there before. thereafter. Honorable Speaker, I don't have words to thank you. You did great to convince all the other speakers, even the governors, to accept that you assemble together to put down a paper which can be discussed by these county assemblies. I thank you, and I thank you. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Maitha. Honorable members, I now put the question that this House discusses and approves the report of the Joint County Assemblies Committee on the consideration of the constitutive agreement on the Southeastern Economic Bloc, SECEB. As many as of the opinion say aye.
Aye.
As many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. So, honorable members, let me thank the House for the good work it has done, as I also extend the thanks to the County Assembly of Kitui and Makueni, and my co-speakers, Honorable Ndoto, Kitui, and Honorable Mbilu Makueni. And I thank too the governors of the 3 counties for all of them putting their heads together to give the idea of the SECEB. I also want to acknowledge, even when they are not in this House, the Archbishop Ndambuki, because he has been in the forefront, particularly on the issue of the SECEB, and held the idea floating and going on, even at times when it appeared to be dying, until the 3 assemblies picked it up to this moment. So members, this matter is referred to the legal committee. Honorable Maitha, you still have work to do until we get a legislation. It is referred to the legal committee of this House, but it should be noted that this committee is going to work together with the committee of Makueni and with the committee of Kitui, which is assigned by their assemblies, which are also sitting today on this report, so that now the idea of a joint legislation can be brought up. And you notice that this report gives a period of 1 month that the joint legislation that is going to serve the region, that is Makueni, Machakos, and Kitui counties, so that we abide by the period given. If that committee, and note, Honorable Maitha, if that committee needs to incorporate any other committee for purposes of adding expertise, let the office of the Speaker know so that the necessary arrangements can be made. And at the same time, the offices of the 3 speakers, the office of the Speaker, Machakos County Assembly, the office of the Speaker, Makueni County Assembly, the office of the Speaker, Kitui County Assembly, they are going to assist the joint committees on the draft legislation. If need be, we shall approach whichever national commissions that deal with the legislation for purposes of that legislative bill, which is going to come back to this House. And just finally, as the report noted, we must do robust public participation. And that public participation is going to be done on the bill, just as is usual with every legislation. And every support for that purpose will be sought so that we have a proper legislation. And at this point, honorable members, I will move, ask the clerk to call for the next order. I know as the order we have, it didn't have a motion on adjournment, but as we were seated here, matters have come up which have necessitated an amendment of the order paper on my feet so that we can address that emerging situation. So, Mr. Clerk, next order.
Order number 9, motion.
Honorable members, this is one business. The mover is Honorable Museku, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Again, my name is Honorable Paul Museku, and I stand representing the great people of Mbone North, and I'm here to move an adjournment motion. Honorable Speaker, you are aware that Standing Order number 25 provides for the calendar of the County Assembly. Aware that Standing Order number 25, Suborder 4, provides that the Assembly may resolve to alter its calendar. Aware that the Assembly approved a budget that needs to be discussed with the Executive on modalities of implementation. Aware that a meeting has since been called to deliberate on the planned issue scheduled for Monday to Wednesday, that is 27th, 29th September coming week. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move the motion that the House resolves to adjourn its sitting of the 28th and 29th September to enable members to attend to that meeting. Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I would like to call upon the Honorable Majority Leader, Honorable Mark Mwendo Kingangi, Honorable Mark Mwendo Kimambi, to support my motion. Honorable Mark Mwendo.
Honorable DS, you are very wise.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Bwana DS, for remembering those odd names and also my nicknames. Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, I stand to support the motion. And Madam Speaker, as we are given these tasks, me and the committee, that is Honorable Committee, the the minority leader, we have been pursuing this matter for having a meeting with His Excellency Governor Mutua to discuss the implementation of the 15 million ward project. Madam Speaker, towards the lunch hour, I was called by His Excellency Governor Mutua, and then he told me that this week we cannot make it to Mombasa or to meet him. Therefore, we have agreed that on Monday, all the members should be heading to Manzoni in the morning, whereby you must be carrying in your pocket or in your folders the projects you have projected to be done in your ward. That is, we are going to meet his deputy governor together with the CEOs, and then we start the implementation of the 15 million projects. Then on Tuesday, he told me that we'll be going to Mombasa for further consultation of the same projects, and we are going to meet him on Wednesday. Therefore, Madam Speaker, I support this motion because that is quite important. We have been looking for that time. And Madam Speaker, I think it's very important to adjourn. So I support the motion, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. I can see the members are putting their hands up. Have not proposed the question. In fact, we are preparing the question to be proposed because this is a motion that has come at the spur of the moment. Hold on, members. I will give you opportunities to contribute. You can see the importance of the table office. Normally, they prepare things before we come here.
Madam Speaker, point of order.
You want to correct something?
Yes, I want to add on to something and adjust something on the motion itself. Madam
So
Speaker.
can we say now you withdraw what you had said before and start again?
Yes, Madam Speaker. That is in
record
order.
purposes.
That is in order, Honorable Speaker.
So move the motion you want now.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable members, I'm going to move the motion again due to some adjustments which have been made on the motion. As you know, change is the only permanent thing, so we have to keep abreast with change. Honorable Speaker, that aware that Standing Order number 25 provides for the calendar of the County Assembly. Aware that Standing Order number 25, Sub-Order 4, provides that the Assembly may resolve its calendar. And aware that this Assembly has an approved budget that needs to be discussed and implemented jointly with the Executive. Aware that a meeting has been slated to discuss on the issues of implementation of the budget between Monday and Wednesday next week, that is between the 27th and 29th of September 2021. Aware that the CASA Games are also scheduled to begin on the 30th of this month to move on up to the 8th of October. Madam Speaker, I wish to move the motion that the House resolves to adjourn its sittings of 28th and 29th September to enable the members to meet with the Executive over the implementation of the approved budget, and also to allow members to attend to the CASA Games, and for the sittings to resume on the 12th day of October in the year of our Lord 2021. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable DS. And do you have a second?
I request again Honorable Mark Kimandi Mwendo to go ahead and second the motion again. Honorable Majority Leader.
To second the motion because we don't have any other motion. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand to second the motion on the grounds which have been given by the DS. And as I said earlier, this motion was not in until towards Lanjawa when we received the message from His Excellency, the Governor of Machakos. I also, Madam Speaker, say the program which was given cannot allow us to be in the Assembly, Madam Speaker, because we will be meeting the Executive on that budget implementation. And also, Madam Speaker, next week or so, we have the CASA Games. We have the CASA Games in Mombasa. Therefore, I support the motion that we adjourn, so for the members to attend those two functions. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. So, honorable members, I now propose the question that this House resolves to adjourn its sittings of the 28th and 29th of September 2021 to the 12th of October 2021 to enable the members to meet the Executive over the implementation of the 2021-22 budget, and also to enable the members participate in the CASA Games. Honorable members, the motion is open for debate. I'll come to you, Honorable Mita. Allow me to have Honorable Minority Leader, Honorable Alex Kamitu.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I'm Alex Kamitu, Leader of Minority in this Honorable House. Madam Speaker, I also stand here to echo the sentiments that has been brought by our Deputy Speaker in regard to the adjournment of the House, and also the sentiment echoed by our Majority Leader, Honorable Mark Mwendo. Without wasting a lot of time, Madam Speaker, it is true that we've been waiting for this meeting with the Executive in regard to the implementation of the ward projects in the county.
Madam Speaker, everybody is aware that we were elected so that whatever comes after the budget allocations, the implementation part of the budget is very important, because this is where what has been approved by this House is supposed to be implemented by the executive. So I applaud the joint efforts of the honorable members of this House. And through your leadership also, Madam Speaker, it is true also, through your efforts, we were able to convey our feelings to the executive, that is our governor, and he has agreed that we meet together, we all meet, so that things that are supposed to be drawn, things that are supposed to be implemented, are actually implemented for the service delivery to the electorate. So I stand to support the motion, Madam Speaker, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minority Leader. Honorable Majority Whip, I'll come to you, Honorable Kisini and Honorable Masesi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Once again, I'm Honorable Moses Mita, representing Kangundo Central Ward, and Majority Whip of the House. I want to applaud my senior colleague, Honorable Paul Museku, for the motion ahead of us. Honorable Speaker, I also want to thank the Office of the Majority Leader and the Office of Minority Leader for the initiative they took through your guidance, and found it good, Honorable Speaker. We meet the executive, which is the implementing entity of this government, Honorable Speaker, especially now that our county is in crisis, and especially in the health sector, Honorable Speaker. We are very well aware that most of our hospitals, not even most of our hospitals, our hospitals have run into halt, Honorable Speaker. They can't, our people can't be treated, they can't get services in our hospitals, and we know we are in the COVID time, Madam Speaker. Our doctors don't have the facilities and the equipments which they need. Our hospitals lack medicine. And now that, Madam Speaker, we had passed a budget, this meeting is coming at the right time, because we need to prioritize health sector in our county, Madam Speaker. We can no longer sit down as legislators and see our people suffer and die because of things we can intervene, Madam Speaker. So this meeting has come at the right time, Madam Speaker. Again, Madam Speaker, there is a saying that anything with life, which has life, has an end, Madam Speaker. And this assembly, Madam Speaker, I'll also regard it as it has life, Madam Speaker, second assembly. We are almost coming to the end of our term. Very soon, next year, God willing, we'll be meeting our electorate, our bosses. And Honorable Speaker, this is our last budget, which we can oversight, Madam Speaker. So it would be very good if we can get it right and ensure, as we exit, Madam Speaker, we also exit in a positive way, Madam Speaker. We had made an agreement that we have each ward get equal development, Madam Speaker, and the meeting will provide, it will enable us to harmonize and see that the executive will implement all the projects which our residents gave during public participation, Madam Speaker, that the projects are done and are the right way. And I request honorable members to play our role very well when it comes to oversight, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, again, on the same note, Madam Speaker, they say, no play makes Jack a dull boy, Madam Speaker. Casa Games is all on sports, Madam Speaker. And we need also to change that environment. Some of us, we have talents. Personally, I am talented in cheering, Madam Speaker. And I would want to cheer Honorable Majority and Honorable Masesi as they do tug of war, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
Madam
Why
Speaker.
point of order, Honorable Majority Leader, you don't want to play games. Yes, there's no point of order there. Honorable Mita, proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Kimandi must be ready to pull that tug of war. And I expect, Madam Speaker, that we come back with a trophy in that sport. So, Madam Speaker, I support, and I thank this Honorable House. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Mita. Honorable Kisini.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Once again, my name is Honorable Robert Kisini, representing the people of the river. I also want to support, first of all, the Deputy Speaker for bringing that motion of adjournment, which is very important. It is good to adjourn because of what has been said. We were elected to serve our people. We were elected to see to it that projects which have been said, which have been budgeted to our wards are done. So if we are to meet, Madam Speaker, and discuss how those projects will be downloaded, how those projects will be implemented, I say it was worth the judgment, and it's good we meet the team from the governor's side so that we can discuss and we see to it that those projects which have been waiting for long are implemented. Secondly, Madam Speaker, the CASA Games is a country-wide affair for all assemblies, and we are meeting at the coast. We have a team which is prepared. I'm also a member of that committee, which is chaired by Honorable Masesi. And it is good we join the other assemblies and we compete so that we can also bring trophies for our assembly. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kisini. Honorable Masesi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Cosmos Masesi, Matungulu Steward, MCA to this county assembly. And Madam Speaker, I want to appreciate the motion by Honorable Moseku on adjournment. Also, Madam Speaker, when we are adjourning to discuss matters of development, Madam Speaker, this is a positive direction we are taking in the county assembly. And also, Madam Speaker, I want to appreciate that move by the governor to see that at least, Madam Speaker, we get to do something which is part of the development, which should not be less than 30% of the development as pertains to our budget. Madam Speaker, I would like also to urge the members of this county assembly, also the elected, that, Madam Speaker, our unity at this point in time, Madam Speaker, will mind and will determine the results of the implementation of that budget. So, Madam Speaker, I wish that we could work as a team, as members of this county assembly, and make sure that we implement what we passed during the budget. And so, Madam Speaker, I think we said and agreed that we will only consent to the supplementary once those projects are on the Gazette. Madam Speaker, awaiting implementation. Secondly, Madam Speaker, on CASA Games, I do chair the ad hoc committee. And Madam Speaker, we are expecting to get the tracksuits by latest on Friday. And we had proposed Monday to be the flagging off date. So, Madam Speaker, you will advise us on what next, since now we are meeting the governor on Monday. I want to believe the supplier will be doing the needful within the course of the week. So, Madam Speaker, again, you will advise us on when we can be able to give the uniforms to members and staff, which should be done most likely within the course of the week. Otherwise, Madam Speaker, I'm happy that, again, I made a proposal on the welfare of members while we are in Mombasa during the CASA Games, and I was assured by the leadership that the same has been taken care,
Honorable Masesi, is that part of the motion that you want
Madam
to
Speaker, I was just...
Stick to relevant matters. Honorable Masesi, you are out of order. Can you finalize?
Thank you,
or
Madam
go to the
Speaker.
right direction?
I would proudly say that, Madam Speaker, I support the motion of adjournment.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable Rosina.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm Rosina, nominated by Wiper Party. Madam Speaker, the ground is very hostile. The ground needs development. And I can assure these honorable members, especially the elected ones, with the 15 million projects, they can be filled. And I can assure them of smooth coming back to this house. Madam Speaker, on the issue of Kasang Games, I want to say that we'll proudly participate in the games. I myself, being a member of the cultural dance, tug of war, I'll be happy to showcase my talent. Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I support the adjournment.
Thank you, Honorable Rosina. Honorable Katumo.
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Katumo here, the voice. And it was my belief that this voice should be heard before we do the adjournment. You put the question. But Madam Speaker, may I say it reaches a time when people have to sit down, reason together, and find a way ahead. I think this assembly, as we look at the sun setting, and looking back from where we began in 2017, and what we need to do, there is need for this assembly and the executive to talk on level ground so that we can maybe break the monotony of one side, of a barrier of others. Because I think when we say the ground is hostile, I think it is not very good. It is not good with my constituency. It is not good for anybody either. And I think this adjournment motion and the intention to alter the calendar so that we can sit in town, agree, and form a consensus is very important. And I think each and every member willing to do something for their constituencies, this is the time to speak our hearts out. And I think it is my belief that the other side, the executive, are willing or more than willing to listen so that we can move together. Therefore, these are my words as I support this adjournment motion, that we go there with one intention, one goal, so that we can be able to strike the winning bullet that is remaining. If we don't, if we miss, then we are done, you see. And therefore, I think it is important for us, so that we don't choke around it. I think this motion is of very great importance. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Katumo. Honorable Museku, mover of the motion, can you reply as I put the question?
Yes, thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to thank the honorable members for overwhelmingly supporting this motion of adjournment. It's a well-intended motion for us to be able to engage on matters development with the executive. And I'm very sure that as each and every one of you has expressed, if we manage to strike a winning balance, a winning combination this time round, we should be able to ensure that our people get development in this year when we are also preparing to go for elections. Madam Speaker, I'm also happy that the members, God willing, are also anticipating to participate in the games. Personally, I participate on the pool table, and those of you will be there. You can come and see me going all the way to the finals. I always go to the finals because I'm pretty good when it comes to matters billiards. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
All right, honorable members, I now put the question that this House resolves to adjourn its sittings of 28th and 29th September 2021 to 12th of October 2021 to enable the members to meet the executive over the implementation of the 2021-2022 budget and to attend the CASA Games. As many as of the opinion say aye.
Ayes.
As many as of the contrary opinion say nay, the ayes have it. So, honorable members, you have passed the motion to adjourn, but in reality, you are not adjourning. You're going to carry on with your duty of oversight, especially on the implementation of the 2021-2022 budget. The only adjournment in reality is to attend the CASA Games. So you need to put your feet forward and you need to go there with objective minds so that you can achieve that which the electorate requires, development, nothing else but development. I wish you well, honorable members. So have a good evening.